Hi, how y'all doing? It is. What's the date today? It's Wednesday, right? Wednesday, the 15th of April, 2026. Here in Ontario, Canada, sky is cloud covered. It rained throughout the night, and it rained a bit in the rise, and it's misty, right? They'll call it fog. It was like that yesterday, too. Even when it's not raining, it's misty, and there's no snow that I see. So, hmm. The Schuman was 33 yesterday. I don't know what it is. It hasn't been posted yet today. I had to go out and get some supplements, the magnesium and zinc. I went to the pot store, got some pot, and then I came back home. And I was disappointed in people because everybody's so 3D. Do you know what I mean? And they'd be looking at me like I'm crazy again. Right? But yeah, I realize what it is. This energy trying to make me feel alone again. I know I'm not alone. I got Tass. Tass knows what I know. And we know different stuff each. You know what I mean? About stuff. So we always be school teaching each other. But yeah. So I just spent the day watching YouTube. Stupid stuff. Right? And I realized how 3D everything really is. It just confirmed it more for me. And then I was thinking about listening to some YouTubers talking about how they get such negative comments in their comment section on their videos and everything like this, right? And I realized that it's because you bought bots. You bought your subscribers. You thought you were getting real people? No, they bought bots, right? Well, so an easy tell on who bought their channel and then do it genuinely like I did, right? So I could have thousands of subscribers, bots, if I wanted to. I just had to pay for it. But I was like, nah, that's not how I do stuff. I'm genuine. If I can't do it on my own, I'm not buying it, right? That's for WLBs, weak little bitches, right? So yeah, I thought I was gonna have a hard time going to sleep last night, but I didn't. I slept. I woke up a couple of times. Oh, I woke up in the middle of the night and where it banged my head when I was drinking, remember? And I fell and I hit my head on the floor. It was just throbbing and so tender. And I was like, what the hell is this about, right? Like it healed up. There's no pain anymore. I can bang it. You know what I mean? And went back to sleep. I just rolled over and luckily I went to sleep on my other side. When I woke up on the rise, it was gone. So there was some funky energy throughout the night, right? And then when I woke up in the rise today, my ribs, my left side of my ribs just aching up and underneath my armpit and everything. And I know what it is because I know my body pretty well and I could feel the tight little muscles in there, right? And like the size of your fingertip. So I've just been working on that throughout the day. And then my friend Tass, I asked her if she would do a delivery for me and she said, yep. So she came over and she was all hunched over and walking real stiff. And I said, what's wrong with you? And she goes, my back, my ribs are so sore, right? And I was like, my rib was sore too, right? I said, lay down on the floor and let me see if I can crack you and get some of that gas out from in between your vertebrae. And she said, okay. So she laid down and I got over top of her and I used both my hands and I pushed on either side of her spine, right, on the muscles. And I got two cracks out of her. She got up and she was moving better, right? So I helped her out. She's still a bit stiff. I'm not strong. I don't have enough pushing power to do it. If my son was here, Justin, he would do it. He comes and does mine every once in a while. He gets a deep crack, right? But yeah, I got her more mobile. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful for that. I'm glad I could help her out. I don't like to see anybody in pain. So Yeah, she went to the store for me, and then she came back and sat. We smoked a pipe and had a coffee and a tea and chatted it up a bit, right? I told her how I was feeling. She goes, "Of course, this is just the energy trying to get you." Right? I said, "I know, because people like us are far and few between. At least I'm lucky we have each other, right? Do you know what I mean?" And she said, "Yep." So she goes, "Before we met, we were both kind of lost, thinking that we were the only ones, right?" Which was haymaking, you know what I mean? But when we're together, we get to bounce stuff off each other. It grounds us, brings us back to the reality, right? So, yeah. That's something I realized too the other day, is museums are to keep the narrative alive, right? To reinforce the narrative all the time of their history, what they want you to believe. Every museum, everywhere. It's all part of the narrative, the program, right? It's all lies. There might be one piece of truth in it, but the rest of it's lies. So I can't believe any of that bullshit. And then today I got moved to look up statues, right? Greek goddess statues, Phoenician statues, right? Because I wanted to see if, like, the statues of people, right, that look like they're real, they're just made of marble or whatever, if they had a female clavicle or a male clavicle, right? And lo and behold, they got goddesses with a male clavicle, right? They got some male statues with the female clavicles. So I thought, oh, they've been at this for a very long time. The seahorse people. People call them transgendered. I think it's deeper than that. I think they're aliens that came in from another land, and they were the seahorse people. That's just how they are, right? You can call them trannies if you want, and talk people into believing it so that you can make them do that to themselves, right? But a lot of the pictures, like Egypt, I'm not able to find one yet. And a lot of other pictures, like of your higher, like your kings, your queens, all these people, right? People throughout history, they have necklaces, or their clothing goes to like that, so you can't see where their clavicle is. You know what I mean? So they hide in it, right? They'll have necklaces or something that goes around that area, so you can't tell. So I'd be like, suspicious, you know? Because, like, Madonna is a man. She has a straight across clavicle, right? Look at all of them. Pull up still pictures to see and tell me I'm wrong, right? So, yeah, different. That's different. So many lies, man, to make it normalized. So many lies. Guess who else does? Who was it? John Wayne has a female clavicle, right? You just got to find pictures of them without their shirts on, or with their shirts open, kind of thing, right? When they're not hiding it, but they learned how to hide it, right? Just like like they did, the cross dressers did when I was younger. They wore chokers so that you couldn't see their Adam's apple, right? Same kind of thing. So, yeah, people can say what they want to say. This is the line I'm on. This is what I'm seeing. So, all right, I'm just going to baby myself today. Deal with this rib of mine. It's quite intense. We've been having earthquakes popping off like crazy all over the realm. One in Ottawa in Canada here yesterday, right? My shoulders were very tense yesterday. So yeah, a lot of pressure in my tailbone area too, my sciatics, right? So I wonder what part of the nervous system that is of the dragon. But it means it's moving. So yeah, just gotta bear with it. Hold on. You know what I mean? So yeah. Seen a couple birds yesterday, mostly ravens and crows. It's been very quiet in my neighborhood the last couple of days. I like it. I don't mind it at all. All right? So yeah. All right. I think that's all I want to say. I just thought I'd get on here, do a video, let you know I'm still kicking. Right? My will is strong. I will persist. Every day. Every day, I'm happy. And every day, I have more gratitude. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.